I'm just kidding. We're not doing that again. I think I've definitely creeped more than enough people out for a lifetime. At the same time, I'm sure there's many of you that probably enjoyed that. Anyways, so there's probably like hundreds of thousands of different islands on planet Earth, maybe even a million. So no, not every single island is included in this faction. But nonetheless, I don't know who suggested this or who commented it. It made me laugh though, and I just thought it was so stupid that I honestly had to try it. Basically, I've tried my best to put almost every single island nation in a faction together. They're all individual countries, but they share the same color. Of course, I'm definitely missing a few though, because I only changed the islands that are given their own state in base game HOI4, so I guess we'll take this as an example. I can't just transfer, see the whole territory over, because I don't want the British Empire controlling all this, like, mainland. Same goes for a place like Greece. They've got tons of little places over here, but yeah, this definitely doesn't work. It kind of defeats the purpose of having like an island nation. Needless to say, there's not really much I can do about Sweden and Finland. They're kind of filled with so many different islands. It's insane. I can't really change that. Finally, as for Australia, I guess this is technically a continental plate or something. It's not really an island nation, technically, but that's assuming this place even exists, okay, if we want to really believe the facts out there. I also got to release 2 new nations. So we have Madagascar, which I'm shocked even has a portrait, and so does Iceland. All right, and as you can see, everyone in this faction is fascist. I promise I'm not racist towards the Danes, but they were put in a really unfortunate situation. They lost Iceland, they lost Greenland, and they actually lost basically half their country. I'm sorry, Bo. Now, obviously, this team is going to really need to be carried by the British and the Japanese. That's all they really have. I'm sorry to the rest of you, but it's kind of true. And I don't know exactly if this is going to be enough, assuming that Hirohito goes after China, and Oswald Mosley is probably going to have to take on Germany. This is going to be interesting, because this area of the world, with obviously the most islands, also happens to be the most boring. Like, it's worse than South America. I'm hoping that changes. I also just found out that Canada technically has one of the biggest islands on planet Earth under their control. I've never even heard of this place, but checking on the HOI4 map, it's not really represented at all. I mean, I get it. It's probably just this massive icy hell, but I wish I could have included it. This is gonna be a little bit sad, but I did for the longest time technically think that Crimea was an island. I don't know. This stupid HOI4 map messing with my mind. Obviously, this is going to be the conflict that pulls this team down into a war. And if they can win here, I mean, they're going to be all good. Japan in the past, I feel, has been just way too OP when it comes to this conflict. But I don't know. This is a big Chinese United Front. It's definitely not going to be easy. Hirohito's also alone in this conflict for now. I don't know if it's because world tension's too low, but it's going to be up to him. Japan is only getting volunteers from the British, and they've already made so much progress. This is just too much. Hungary versus Romania, and Yugoslavia's involved. Okay, that's a little weird. Baltic on time. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, as you can see, there's definitely a few mistakes. This should probably be under Japanese control, but it doesn't really matter. Ethiopia is fighting off the Italians 2 years later. It's January 1938. That's Road 56 for you. Also, I really wish there was a way for me to, like, release this or give this to someone. I don't like that this is here. Okay, wait, never mind. That was really going to bother my OCD. I had to fix that. So I've given all the British territory that's not an island to the French. Peru just formed the Peru-Bolivian Empire. They're also about to turn communist. All right, the llamas, they're seizing production. Wow, okay, that didn't take long. I should have known. The damn islanders are taking over. Okay, that doesn't sound right. I mean, I guess I get it. There's probably some small islands out here in these Chinese lakes. Very small islands. But they gotta control that too. The Nordic Brotherhood has popped up, which is kind of significant since I know the British can at some point get some claims on those countries. That's nice. They won't have to kill too big of a faction. Wow, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. The Tibetan Empire have a fascist Dalai Lama in charge. Okay, reading his description, this dude isn't even Asian. He's just some guy from Hungary. Ooh, okay, since the Siamese couldn't join the Island Empire team, they decided to join the Axis instead. I'm sure they'll be useful. Stalin just grabbed Latvia, and now they're attacking Lithuania. But the craziest thing so far, I honestly can't believe it. the Polish team finally didn't form. It's a damn miracle, so they did have to join the Nordic Brotherhood. So did France just now, weirdly enough. Okay, I don't see what the point of that. Maybe they were guaranteeing someone over there. Uh-oh. Okay, this could be a little problem for our island empire. Indonesian order versus the Indonesian order. Wow, okay, never mind. All right, that was like the most pathetic uprising I've ever seen. I guess the Soviets are just gonna have to start everything, because they just basically began World War II, because Adolf's writing stupid books. I don't know. This might be kind of interesting though, because it's not necessarily going to be easy for Joseph. Poland, Romania, and Yugoslavia, and then the Nordic Union still coming after them. But I should have known something like this always happens. So Italy joined the Axis after they declared war on Greece. So basically Germany's about to crush all those factions. I haven't seen this before. I had to release them because, I just wanted like an island scenario. Is this because of Chaos AI? I don't see a point in this at all, but you're gonna have to join a team and, oh, there's our answer. All right, Mosley, well, Japan did their job. Now it's your turn to do something in Europe. I think this war is gonna end pretty fast. This is a pretty good start. I don't know what France is doing, but they ain't got nothing over here. It's actually mainly Italy that's doing this invasion. That's a terrifying thought. There's also a race to take out Iran. We've got Japanese and British forces taking out the south, but the Soviets are getting everything in the north. Also, Indochina has fallen pretty quickly. I'm assuming there's got to be plenty of islands out here in the coast. Great, that'll be more for them to add to their collection. Okay, so here's one peace deal for at least a couple countries. Soviets only took 2 states, but they probably puppeted the rest. British got 20 states, and it's mostly in Iran, it looks like. And we're not done yet. We still have at least one more big treaty. I feel so bad for these countries. Okay, well, it looks like the Comintern, who obviously really needs it since they're surrounded by so much fascism, is really getting like the best thing out of these deals. Actually, no, that's not true at all. Somehow the fascists got most of Nordic lands, as well as, hey, you want to see something just terrible? Oh man, I think I speak for all of us when I say I miss Yugoslavia so much. Can we just bring back Yugoslavia, like, in real life as well? There is just something about the Swiss joining the island empire faction. This makes sense. Okay, well, it's about time. We've got Adolf versus Stalin. Now we'll see if any of the islanders get involved. This is actually kind of new to me, at least in somewhat base game HOI4. We see it a lot in Millennium Dawn, but there's plenty of wars happening in Africa. A lot of places joining different factions. This is kind of nice for once. It takes a special kind of universe to have this hideous of a faction map mode. Damn, this is supposed to be like the prettier display. Now the Axis at the moment are winning their war against the Comintern, but is Mosley gonna screw all that up? I kind of hope so, to be honest. Okay, no, that went in like the exact opposite direction. They were justifying against Canada. I have a feeling the US is probably gonna get involved. Yep, yes they did. So now this faction's kind of in an interesting spot. We also have the Raj joining. They joined the Nordic Union. Oh yeah, and now this very strategically placed Vancouver Island can actually be somewhat useful. I wasn't exactly sure if there was a point in actually letting them have this, but I guess there is now. So far, with all these wars going on, I actually think the stuff in Africa is the most interesting with, I don't know, I want to say close to a dozen countries participating. It's getting pretty crazy. Raj just recently fell, and I think we should see the same thing with the Soviets, which means the Axis are gonna be looking strong. Wow, okay, yeah, just take it all. Germany, 200 states. Hopefully Italy got something in Africa. That'd be a nice change of pace. The best thing though, unfortunately our island empire is gonna ruin it, is Estonia actually managed to cause the Russian Federation to pop up. They're a democracy. That's actually pretty amazing. Good, and Adolf got his favorite vacation spot back. And you know he loves it too, because he didn't even puppet this. And now it's only a matter of time before the states fall. Yep, there are plenty of nations in on this. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to make just one big country. Having just like one big old faction kind of makes this a little bit more interesting. Okay, that is a little underwhelming. I thought they'd be taking a lot more than this since they're fascists. Is this even right? Oh no, it is. Okay, perfect. Man, what a world we've created. Either way, I think it's safe to say that our new nation. Wow, it'd be pretty close. I don't know. Anyways, you know, I've been thinking the only way I'd be able to follow up this stupid idea, island faction, would be to do like a mountain team. All nations with big ass mountains. It'd be so dumb. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. A big thanks to Furry Cruz, Daddy Seabeans, Sister Fister, Yeet God, McNeck Ass, Jen's Love Disc, King Solomon, Kiwi Supreme, Dr. Freaky, Branko is Thick, Maxi G, Swiss Argo, Sean Spillman, Jake Paul's My Daddy, Roosverication, Elijah Senpai, Kirby, and Alfie C.